Okay, I guess we're starting. Hi there, Kane. Hi there, Ditaki. I have to really focus when I say your name now. I'm never gonna mess this up ever again. Hopefully that's fine. Um, are we VTubing? Yeah, well, VTubing, I guess PNG tubing. You know, it's not a whole like live 2D model or anything. The plan is just to have something else on screen, you know. Yeah, so that you can see all the yapping that I do. Also, I have some emotes for it, so like I can be, I don't even know what to call them. I can be like, you know, like crying, and I think there's one that's crying. There's one that's there's one that's like ignoring you, sort of. You know, like the sun deer, like not look but stance. Yeah. I was looking on I was just looking out for the monazite line, and monoline is done. Like we've went through all of our backlog of monazite. I don't think we're getting any more monazite. If we are, it's very slowly, and I don't even know from where. My guess is that we actually mined this. Yeah, we mined this for sure from one of the planets. So we're not getting this passively. So right now, monazite line, which is fine, is not doing anything actually. Anything other than going through some of the this cerium. We had a lot of cerium that was just not being processed. I had a problem with one of the chem reactor. I assumed that the ammonia was fully recycled, and it wasn't, or I don't know what it was, but I just changed it to an export bus with ammonia. Hi, Dita Key. I hope that's the right way to pronounce it now, you know? You guys made fun of me last time. Now, every time I see your name, I'm like, I have to remember this. Yeah, so, exactly. This looked very loud on my my audio mixer. We're gonna be doing some building today. I've worked on this. So I actually made the island sort of looking thing. I don't know if I'm happy with it, but I wanted to make this not just like a platform anymore. So I made it into an island that has some like gems or crystals that are poking out. You know, I'll work on these a bit more, but essentially, I don't know, magic stuff, making the island floaty, whatever. And then I wanted to make it as if this island was literally just lifted off the world. I don't know if that's good. The only problem is it's an exact replica of this shape, which means on the map, it actually doesn't even look like it's a chunk out of the map. But when you come here, it sort of is. I also brought the crushed ice, or like just very light blue water, over to make it as if it was filling up this thing. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if, but yeah, I threw this together in like an hour today. With a lot of world edit, a lot of smoothing, a lot of brushes, and it's very messy, but we can fix it up later. And then we put some trees around the two buildings. I also finished placing all of the transformium. So this is UU matter. And I just destroyed one. So we'll go fix that. But yeah, UU matter and what's the other UU matter and UU amplifier, I think. Wait. Don't I have like something to tile this? Okay. So yeah, let's go get another transformium crop. I guess we could remove these guys. Vin has done a great job at breeding those crops. You know? The only problem I have is whenever he's done with the auto spread script, this thing always ends up on here. So I have to move it back every time. I don't know why. I haven't really looked into it because it's an easy fix, but it is kind of annoying. Kind of. And then we can place this in here. We're going to keep one for the thing we literally just destroyed, and we're going to steal one crop. Hi there, world map. How is it going? Okay. So yeah, I was just showing the progress we've made off stream. I didn't make an update in Discord for it. Probably should have, but you know what? It's fine. This thing's been working so great. We are cooking. Everything is filled up. Everything is backed up. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, these things are coming along. I mean, some of them are already full and voiding, some are not. I also reworked this a little bit. It's very messy, but it's not meant to stay here. I just added a whole lot more if we want to get more crops, bees and whatnot, which we're sort of going to get into today. I want to be able to breed new bees, and there's going to be a whole lot more things we're going to want to store here. And each slot in the drive is either an item or a liquid, right? So that's why I think we need this many. But yeah. So this was done, other than this here. So we are running this. We set it up last time. It's just a single block sifting machine for the machinist bee output. And this is a mass fabricator single block for UU amplifier to UU matter. I really want to get the multi. Now we cannot get the multi until we get the UV circuits. And I think to get the UV circuits, we could probably get the UV circuits actually. There's something we need that we can't make right now. I can't remember what it is. This we could sort of figure it out, maybe? Question mark? Sort of. Maybe not, because we're not anywhere near. I mean, this is doable. It's just a pain before a knack line probably. Well, this is something we cannot do. Because the reason we can't do this is we don't even have geranium, and I have no clue what this is. It's Ivy stuff apparently. So we don't have geranium, and we need fusion reactors for this. So we're gonna have to we're gonna get into fusion, knack line, and all that stuff very soon. Whenever we get the new base settled for all the passives that are not like crops and stuff, so like all the lines essentially. I don't know where it's gonna end up. This is another discussion me and Uwe need to have. We're working on storage right now, so we're working on building the storage area. Today we're gonna do Proc extension, so this thing here, and then I want to work on something here probably to host a place to breed bees. It's either going to be here, or I'm thinking we can make a very small building right here and make like an extension either from here or from here. Literally like just a small building, something that looks like a lab almost, where we could go in and breed some bees. That would be, I think, the best. Breeding the crops takes so much space. I don't want to put it in there. It's really just going to be for the bees. So that's the idea. What we could do also is we could separate this room in two, right? We could have like one side that's the bee breeding, the other side is just more space for all of this. We could totally do this too, but I don't know. That's what we're gonna figure out today. Yeah. Other than this, No other progress. I mean, the bees are the same. Everything else is basically the same. The drones are stuck. I don't know why. I wanted to check this out. It's really nice because I haven't been playing a whole lot off stream, and the drone centers are actually super great for just coming back and nothing's broken. They're really nice for this. So yeah, drone centers were a really good investment. I know not everyone sees the value, but the fact that I'm not playing every day and I don't like wasting time when I play, this is great. So I want to check this one out. So I don't know what it is, but something's not crafting. So it's not this guy. And it's not this guy. Okay, so it's this guy right here. There's no items. This thing should really be crafting. So I've been passively keeping the drones up with a level maintainer. And sometimes I'll come back and there's one that's stuck in here. Now, I'm thinking it has to do with how we're stocking them or storing them. We're storing them in here. And it's literally just a storage bus sticky card into here. I'm afraid it might be not getting out of the machine because it doesn't have anywhere to go. Let's go check the output real quick. Well, there it is. There's 5 drones in there. Okay, so it's a matter of, since we're doing a sticky card over here and we're telling this thing fill this up, it's not able to take more space than this. And I don't really want it to, but I think we're gonna do this. Shit, that's not what I wanted. Is this gonna work? Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, cool. So we can have 2 stacks in here. I think this is necessary because I'm level maintaining a whole stack. I could probably not do this if I level maintain less than a stack. Let's do that actually. Let's level maintain like 40, like way less than a stack. Let's do 48. 48 is a really nice round number. And by round, I mean we can divide it by 16 or 8. Right? Am I crazy? No. Okay. Yeah, so this is fixed. This is something I wanted to check on today. And I think we're gonna start with the easy one. The bee breeding stuff, we're gonna have to make sure we have an alveary that's ready. Should be good. And I don't think we're gonna... So unless the bee actually needs a biome, I think we're gonna just do like an alveary to control the humidity and temp. And if the bee breeding requires a very specific biome, then we're gonna do potions. I would like to streamline the potions though. I would really love to automate the witchery potions, but this is kind of stupid. We could probably just get into genetics instead, which I have no clue how it works. But I think we're gonna do like the usual alveary and yeah, that's it. I just want to find a chest that I can put all my stuff into. Well, I guess that's what it's for. We're gonna go on creative, the infamous Red Ranch mode, and we're gonna start building. I have no clue what we're doing. There's no plan. All I know is we need more space. We need to rethink how we're gonna organize these machines so that we could do AE2 properly now. The fact that this section here is macerator, LCR, and electrolyzer, and the reason for this is aluminum, and this for indium. This should probably be somewhere else. Probably, but yeah. And then this is rare earth. I don't know if I want this here. For now, it's fine. I don't even know if we want a better sledgehammer. This thing's already really good. We could probably get like one more on top. That would be fine. Same with these. We could scale up a bit. These guys are only scalable up, I feel like, because if you go side to side, it's going to take so much space. So I'm fine with the way these are set up right now, because we could literally just continue going up and have like 4 of them for each. This one's a problem because this one has hydrofluoric acid and sodium persulfate in it, as well as sulfuric acid, which is sort of a problem because it's used by this process here, this indium thing. So this is why I think indium needs to get out of here. This thing needs to be removed from doing whatever this is, and then it needs to be for ore washing or chembat with hydrofluoric and sodium, and maybe even mercury. The only issue I have is I know that some of the ore proc recipes can have like both sodium persulfate and mercury, so I'm probably gonna have to do another setup like this where we could do mercury and the other is hydrofluoric. The whole point is that we're gonna do a subnet for each one of these for every step in the ore proc. We're gonna have the usual like A2 ORDIC filter setup that has like a default route for everything, and then we're gonna have storage buses with specific stuff to sort of override the default route. So yeah, so this is why I think we need more space, because already I can see that we're gonna need more of these guys. These guys are fine, they could take up all this space. This macerator stack, we could put so many more if we remove indium. And then the simple washer is probably never gonna get like more than another, maybe another one of these. But yeah, so that's the idea, I think. These guys are probably fine. This guy's fine. This, I don't know if we're keeping this. I don't think there's anything else. We technically don't have the thermal centrifuge. I don't know if I want to get the thermal centrifuge. Like, I don't even know if that's worth it. The recipes are really long, but I guess if it's much better if you get the multi. And I don't know if there's any recipe that we actually care about. That's my problem. We should probably have it just to make sure we have the possibility. So I guess we're gonna need to make some thermal refineries, which might be a good place for these might be here. So maybe this gets out. I don't know if I want to keep this. But for now, we don't have to worry about this. We just have to have a very general idea of where things are going to go. And they're not going to move much, really. So I'm making more space basically for some washers, maybe thermal centrifuges if I want to keep this here. And then that's it. So this is what the new space is for. And it literally is just one more room. I don't know if I want to just replicate this or like copy this. we might, if we want to save some time. I just don't know. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Let's try to get to it. It's enough yapping, you know? Okay, so I'm going to try to copy this. I want to see on the outside. We're going to want to go one more. And then we're going to want to copy and rotate this, essentially. Okay, so if we think about this being the wall, it can be... Probably here is better. Let's try it from here. We copy this, we rotate 90 degrees. So we're looking this way now. And we want to be in the center, but like one block over. It's perfect. It's actually perfect. I didn't even like check how long this thing was or needed to be. It's probably fine to copy this over. I would have liked for this to look a bit more odd. Like, I don't want it to be perfectly matching the rest of this building. The reason for this is, if you think about it, if you think about the lore just a tiny bit, this is the first version of this building. It had this already attached to it. We sort of had to make this because of space, because we ended up not having enough space in here. Now we're doing sort of the same thing, but much later on. I'd like for this to be like slightly... I'd like for this to look newer, is what I'm trying to say. I also don't really want to reinvent the wheel in any way, so maybe we just copy it over. Maybe. Maybe that's just me being lazy. And we can literally just stand at the door, copy this over. I'll explain what the yellow stuff is after. I have some plans for this. We're going to copy this, rotate 90 degrees, and then go in front of this here. Now the size might be a bit different. That might be where we need to change this. Actually, it's smaller. Smaller, but I kind of still like it. But I think we're going to make it bigger. We don't really have to. The only problem I have with making it bigger is, what about the floor? Oh, probably should have thought about this. It's fine. I do like that the floor came with everything, because then I can figure out if I want to keep this or if we want to make it unique, different, or whatever. We're obviously going to delete all of this. But let's figure out if this is the size we want. Would it be weird to have the same exact room just like over there? I'm also gonna have to open this up. I'm still not sure which one I prefer. Definitely want a block there. I think this makes sense. I don't know. This is kind of weird. If it was pillars, maybe, but let's go for this guy. Because my other option is this. Hopefully it connects. It does. Maybe we do slabs. I think this works. Okay. Let's just change it everywhere real quick. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. Did I do the other side? Yeah. Okay, so if we want to copy or keep this, I don't have a problem with this. My only concern is if I want to go bigger. I remember this room being odd. 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. No, it's actually fine. 3 and then 3. Yeah. So this is fine. If we were to go 1, 2, 3, but counting the wall, which is weird. If we were to add 2 blocks, right? This is going to become, it's going to stay odd actually. And if I do the same here, it's 2 blocks all around except on this side, which we could sort of play around with by going 2 more blocks this way. So instead of 2 blocks here, we'd want 2 more blocks again. So if we want to scale this the same way in every direction, I think this is how we want to do it. Yeah. Then that leaves us either 4 spots for small machines, or I guess we can fit one of these guys. 3, 4, 5 by 6, 7, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wonder if we could fit another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with this. So we could probably wall share 2 of these like this. Okay, that's doable. That's doable. And then this side could be whatever. It could be either another washer. It could be thermal centrifuges. Thermal centrifuges are good. These are small. They're like a pancake. Like this, right? Then if you want to do a second one, you just have to do 1 layer and switch it, like flip it around. This is 2 multis in one. But you have 1 controller right here, 1 controller right here. Because they're doing the same recipes anyway, right? And then you could do another, like we could go vertical with this. Would be controller here and then controller right here. So yeah, this is easy to scale. Still leaves one spot for whatever I'm not thinking about right now. So we have macerators covered. We have the ore washing plant covered. We have the macerators covered. We have centrifuges. We have thermal centrifuges, macerator, centrifuge. So apart from, we do have sifters. Apart from this, the electromagnetic separator, I have no clue if this is something you actually need. And it's this cool guy that's kind of huge. So there's 21 recipe. I have no clue if any of these is a must. It sounds like stuff that we don't really care about. Iron, gold, neodymium, stuff that we can get in some other ways, right? And this is part of the monoline. And again, this is not our Proc 2. So raw tangum. Is this how you get stuff? Raw tangum? No. So you could just process it like this. So this is probably tangum something mine, or there has to be a quest for this or something. Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is, well, this is not anytime soon anyway, so yeah. So thermal centrifuges and then a free spot for whatever. Probably not going to do one of these guys. It's not going to fit anyway. It would fit, but very tightly, I assume. It is 3, 6, 7 blocks, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. It would fit, but it wouldn't fit in this direction. Not if we want to keep this open. Which I guess in this case, we might want to change. The controllers are going to be here and on the other side. I'm thinking maybe we open this up instead. And then we can close this one up. And then we can have the same concept, the same slab. We go like this. Honestly, if we don't take like all stream today, all the time we have doing this, I'm gonna be happy. And even though it's a copy and paste of something we already had, I just want to get more space for now. Maybe we'll have some other ideas for our processing later on, but you know, I like this. I might even want to give it, just for this one, because these are big machines, I might want to give it like some more height. Yeah, this is good. This guy's probably going to stay open like this. It just flows with the whole room better. And the machines that are here are pretty small, so. I don't know why these are green when they're not connected. Kind of weird, but it's fine. So yeah, so this is going to be thermal centrifuges. We could probably order maybe 2 to get us started. Which means 24 of these. And then whatever else, we're gonna figure it out afterwards. Yeah, this is good. it's not a duplicate of the other room because it's not the same machines. We changed this up, and I want to change this up. So let me get this fixed up here. Oops. Yeah, probably should do this properly. And then we can fix the wall afterwards. Or I guess right now. Let's just take some notes. 24, 28, 12, 13. 11 and 15. So the way we did these walls is this. We just select the entire wall minus the outside, and then you do a command 11 and 15, right? You do a replace of just everything, so you just start putting in the amount you want. I'm gonna go like roughly, I don't know, 40%, 10%, 10%. It's not gonna do 100%, but we'll fix it up. 10, 10, 10, so 30, 70. So let's do 50. 15. So that's 45 plus 50. So we're missing 20. Okay, so that's way too many of this guy, right? Of the 15. So we want more 12 and maybe 13. So let's bring it to 60. This guy is 15, right? We don't want 15 actually. Good enough. Okay. So this is closed up. The lines that are like this are perfect actually. Because I want to put something on this wall and this wall. What I want to do is probably copy this. I know I literally just removed it, but I don't want to copy the inside. I want to copy probably this here. Probably just this part. Right? And then we're going to go inside. It's going to be placed somewhere around here. So I'm going to go right up to, I guess, this here, which is right before the wall. We're going to copy and we're going to keep the same direction. So there's not going to be any rotation right here. And then we're going to come right here, paste this in. We're going to remove this. We're going to turn off the rain because it's really annoying. And the idea that I have is I want to, so this is going to stay blocked off. We're going to get a really dark block, probably something like Celis, this thing, Celis albus. And then we're going to take the darkest block we can find, probably up to here. This is probably enough. I want to make it look like this is going into the building and actually so far that you can't see inside, right? So like it's going inside the building, and go figure why there's no light. Creeper, I don't think that works, Alexander. Nope, not allowed. I will not allow this. Nice try though. And then we're gonna do this up in the middle, and then here's the idea, the $1 million idea, right? I managed to find the bugged fermenting reed water quest. What do you mean? How is it bugged? I can copy this now, I guess. Have you completed it? It just doesn't register fluids? Which quest are we talking about? Fermenting reed? This? That fluid looks really suspicious. The fact that you cannot press R on this is really weird. See, otherwise it would show this. It would show this recipe. The fact that you can't press R on this is so weird. Yeah, the first one works, right? Because you can click on this and get the recipe. But you can't click on this and get the recipe. I'm pretty sure if you take a look at the actual quests and the fluid task and the required fluid, this has got to be wrong. There's got to be something here that I want to try something just for you. I'm actually curious about why this is weird like this. That is weird. I want to see if this works. No. Okay. It is the same. So whatever it is, it has to do with the fluid, I guess. But also you can't do recipe on this. So weird. This does look bugged. Also, like, how the heck are you supposed to have the actual fluids in your inventory? What also didn't work for me is the pigment quest and building better bases. Like, how are you supposed to get these fluids? This makes no sense, right? Usually it would be like you get a bottle of it, maybe. Yeah, well, the glass bottles give you this, right? they give you this. The only thing I could see maybe is wait. So here's the thing, right? Oh, we're testing stuff. I don't care. Hmm. Can you get a creative tank? Not really, right? So you can't put this in here. You need a fluid canning, or yeah, you need a fluid canning. I want to test something out real quick. Do we have like a fluid canner so I'm not just cheating? Look, I'm ready to test this out. So here's what I'm wondering, right? Can you pick this up with within the tank with a fluid cell, and then maybe it counts it? That's what I'm wondering. Thank God this stab is not in her quest stuff, but honestly, they should just make it optional. I know I'm in creative, but this is for science, you know? Or something. And then you take a fluid cell. Can you pick this up? You can. Not crazy. Then, oh, see? That works then. So if you get the fermented reed water inside of a machine and then pick it up with the actual fluid cell, this is how you get this, which I had no clue that you could get actual fluids in a quest like this. Usually they're going to tell you get like a fluid cell of it or whatever it is. But this works. So this is the IC2 version, right? The IC2 version, not the, well, sorry, the universal fluid cell and not the empty cell. So the one that can take like 1,000 and well, this one is always 1,000 is what I meant to say. So yeah, interesting though. That is really interesting. I'm gonna keep this because this is all fair, but this whatever. So yeah, really interesting. Did not know this thing was bugged. Want to try the pigment quest? It's even funnier. What is it? Let me fix this quest though. Which one is it though? This glass? Is that the one you're trying? Can you not make this? How do you even make this? Turn the flour into pigment using a crafting table. To get crosses, plant flour. So if you take a flower, how do you get it to be a pigment though? I've never done this. Wait, I guess we're testing stuff out. I'm 100% getting distracted, but I'm curious about this now. And you said shear it, right? Does it have to be like any specific soil? Needs to be on soil. Like this? Is there like a botanist soil? Does it need to be this guy? With the garden shovel. The garden shovel. The spade? How is it that I never had to do pigment? Iron. Oh. Okay. Apparently we'd never done this. Apparently we don't have sticks. You need to like shift right click or something? Hey Nomsy. We're learning stuff or whatever. How do you even do the pigment? When you plant a vanilla flower, it is already mature. Cut it with shears to get a germling you can replant to make more. Maybe it doesn't like the fact that it's dark shears. Maybe I need to get like Manasteel shears or something. It said cut them with shears, right? Use the trowel on the ground. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. And then what? Okay, I've never done this. It is already mature. Cut it with shears to get a germling. You can replant to make more. Break the flower to get more mature flower. Oh, well there we go. Okay, I guess that's crimson. So how do you make red? Is it rose red? It's not gonna work. What is this thing called? Poppy. Weeds. That is interesting. Okay, so you get the red pigment. And then the yellow, I guess, which is dandelion. Okay, so this is how you do it, right? And then just glass. I guess we don't have glass. Oh wait, this didn't work. I see. Building nerve headquarters right now? What is that? What do you mean a nerve headquarter? Yeah, so I see what you mean. This doesn't work. I see. So this one worked. The pigmented glass. You haven't watched the anime? Well, depends which anime we're talking about. No, I haven't. I don't know what that is. Am I crazy? Yeah, okay, so you just need to like manually check it. The glass just transformed to red after crafting for me. Yeah, no, it's all good. I have the glass, I have the pigment. The problem is for some reason I have to manually detect this all the time. But no, this quest worked for me, Alexander. Never done it. Don't know why, but yeah, he's totally worked for me. Okay, we're gonna have an ad break. I'm gonna trash this. We're gonna throw everything back into ME, or almost. We're gonna go back to this this building now. Let me drink some water too. How are you doing, Nomsy? How is it going? Okay, so here's what I want to do here. I want to somehow make this into a very small, but hopefully cute. I sent you what I'm working on. Yeah, I just saw. Looks amazing. With the shaders and everything. What's the plan for this? Is it gonna be like your HQ for like your game, or? It looks massive. Looks cool though. Yeah, so we're gonna have minecarts here. That's what I've been trying to say. I'm great, just woke up. Man, usually you go to bed at this hour, don't you? Is that the new sleep schedule? Is that what's happening? So we're gonna have to figure out. It's 3 a.m. No, it's 8 p.m. It's 8:20 p.m. So me and Neb have been playing Greg Tech Odyssey. So we need a mega base. So I made this. Yeah, mega base are dope. That's cool. Yeah, I'm happy you've been doing great. Okay, we're gonna try something. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know how it's gonna look. I would much prefer if this was in the middle. No world edit? Oh dude, you're doing it. No world edit. I thought you were not about this life anymore. Does that mean you're building in survival and everything? Because that's also dope. Okay, you know what? I think we're gonna try to do a fence here. Could I... Is there any world in which I can get some... What are these called? We never use these. The rails? Track? Yeah, just a track. So... Oh, I wished this worked. If this works, so maybe we can do something with this. Man, full, like, you're crazy. When are we gonna play together, Noms? You know? When are we gonna be a thing? Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Whenever you want. You know what the main problem would be? The time zones. The time zones would be really hard. But I mean, I'd be down. How do we make this work? It's not true. I'm trying to make this way too complicated. I'm awake almost every hour of the day. True, but I mean, the point is not for you to, you know, not sleep and die. I'm awake for Didia and Neb. And you want to add one more to this? Maybe I just care about you too much, you know? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a minecart that just goes in round in circles between those two tracks to make it look like there actually is a minecart sort of doing, like, you know, moving items in between those two buildings. Even though they're connected, the point is just to make it look like there's you know, something happening here. I do love these blocks though. Man, it would be so nice if I could make it look even more. It's not gonna work. Maybe I give myself a bit more space. Not like time zones. Neb is awake 9 a.m. my time, and Didia streams around 1 a.m. And then I do like 3 a.m. So you're basically gonna be up all day. I mean, I'd like to do it someday, you know? Would be nice. Okay, we can't see anything, but now we have space. We can do like some weird shenanigans like this. Or almost. And then that allows me to put a block here and a block here. It's not perfect, but maybe we make it go up like right away. I can't see anything here. I also go to uni then sleep, but I'm doing a Rust thing on New Year's, so I gotta be awake before 9. So how many things do you have going on in your life? Like, what the heck is going on there? I mean, that's cool, you know, that you can do all this stuff. Okay. I don't know, man. I get invited to shit. That's because you're too, you know, you're too great. That's why. Okay, how do I figure out... Oh, there it is. Okay. I think I want to go there. Yeah, this way we don't see it. So then we go up here. Yeah, you get invited everywhere, Noms, because you're such a great guy. a great person. This is why. Not exactly what I had here. Okay, and then can we like cover this up? Is this gonna work? I guess we're gonna have to try it. Minecart, anyone? Do we have this in our Emmy? Apparently we do. I don't know why we have a minecart, but apparently we have one. I guess we need some booster. Do we have any like tracks? Sort of. Can I get like a booster track that somehow doesn't take redstone? I feel like it's impossible, but let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey Yui, what is happening? What's up? You know what? I think we can play it by doing a redstone block that is tinted. There is a version of this that is colored, right? Yeah, this thing. We could pull it off with this maybe. I hereby invite you. Who wouldn't? I mean, Namzi is such a, you know, great person. He is invited de facto everywhere. That's just okay. Well, I guess we're doing redstone for now. I just want to test out the idea, right? So if we do this, this is gonna go eventually, maybe. Oh yeah, that works. It goes, it takes more than like... Okay, so we just gotta boost it and then it's fine. Maybe boost it right here, just to be sure. Okay. How are you doing, Yui? We're working on something, we're building something, you know? Trying to make all... I actually built already the extension for the Proc. I guess we're just having fun at this point. Okay, almost. I guess it wouldn't be too bad to have booster rails right here. I don't want this thing to be too fast, but it needs to go across. So last attempt, right? Oh, nice. It does take a little bit of a delay, which I freaking love. Okay. We'll figure out how much, you know, how much speed tracks we're going to need and whatnot. Are we centering this? I feel like not centering this is the play here. So I'm going to copy this exactly, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to copy this all the way up to the wall. So this part right here. Let's actually expand it by 2. And then let's go, so I want to center this, right? Or like what? 3, 4, 5 blocks. Let's go like this. Let's copy it from here, rotate 90 degrees, and then let's just make sure we have, I'm right here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here. Oh yeah. And then the inside should not have changed. Yeah, perfect. So I know this doesn't make much sense, but it's fine. And And then let's just stack this all the way. And I don't know if we're keeping the fences, but for now, I don't know. Looks fine. We're not the greatest builders around here, you know, but it's fine. Okay, probably want some booster rails right here, right? I'm tired of right-clicking. I'm using space to place blocks. Keck. When 8 done with placing slopes, just use 4K blocks. I'm assuming blocks, but you're a madman. This is what you are. Okay, let's see if this this works. Let's send this way. I feel like this might want to be closer, but let's send it. Oh yeah, it's gonna want to be a bit further, but okay. So this right here needs to be I'll figure out if we can paint this or whatever. I don't know why I destroyed all the blocks, but let's see about this. Goes in, goes out. It takes a second, you know, because it's loading stuff in there, you know, or it's just stuck. Okay, we need more power. We need more power. Can this be a booster track? I feel like it can, right? You know, just to help out on help out even more. How's this? You know, it does stuff, it's picking up and then it's coming out and then it's leaving and then it's not doing it. Okay, so we're gonna want booster rails right here. I don't even know if we need more than one, but causing lag for shit and giggles. You mean this? Yes. I'm 100% causing lag for shit and giggles. I'm gonna have more than one cart and there's gonna be another one on this side. So yes, it's just because we like seeing stuff move, you know? Oof, this is kind of short, but it works. I freaking love it. Maybe I'll put one more. Again, for shit and giggles, as Nomsy said. So there's going to be one coming up here. I'm going to place one right after this one. It's a bit too close to the other one. I'll try to remove it. I want it to be like somewhat in the middle. Probably right here. Oh yeah. See? It's going inside the building and then the other one. You know, just for fun, last time when I was talking about this idea with Yui, I was like, how about we move items with this? We do minecart chests and we move items like this around the base. No more AE2, you know? Just minecarts everywhere. Could be funny, right? So now I want to figure out how we can make this a bit more pretty. Yes, Ui, we're talking about you. This lizard emoji looks really, really dumb. Okay, let's try something here. Okay. Once we're done fooling around with this building, this setup here, I want to go do some more bee stuff. And by bee stuff, I mean having an area to breed bees. If we can easily breed bees, like all the bees that we need to breed that we don't have right now, like cryolite bee and probably so many other bees, like monocyte, if there's one. I don't know if there's a monocyte bee. I feel like there has to be, right? Apparently not. But you can probably get it from neodymium, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, because you can get this from a bee, pretty sure. We should definitely have a neodymium bee, that's for sure. So we are very behind in bees, and this is something I wanna fix soon. It's gonna give us something to do while me and Uwe work on catching up with the base building. And then also it's gonna be useful because we actually need the bees. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm trying something out. What do we do here? Do we go like full block? Or we just go no block? I need someone to play cross game randomizer with. What is cross game randomizer? There, we're almost there. Oh, they catched up. I don't like this. Wait. I think we broke it. Something broke it. What could possibly break this? You know what I can't stand, Azuna? I don't know. You tell me. What can't you stand? Me? Me wasting time on minecarts? Can't like this. Yeah, this is fine. There's a multiplayer mod with 60, 70 playable games that get randomized and the checks get distributed over the games. When you tell people you don't want to play a pack and then complain about how you're playing Minecraft anyways, why not play this pack with me? What? Did I do this? Or did someone do this to you? When you tell people you don't want to play a pack and then complain about how you're playing Minecraft anyways, why not play this pack with me? Okay, cool. I don't think this is me. I hope this is not me. I don't think this is me. But yeah. Oops. What? Hello? What is this? How does this not work? Oh, it's a slab. It's a slab. Let's have a look at a full block. 9917. Thank freaking God. Yeah, they're still good. They're clearly gonna break, but it's fine. Nah. You're on Twitch anyways, why don't you watch me sleep for 8 hours? Yeah, no, thank you. I kind of want to play GTNH. Let me build my pyramid in peace. Yeah, I mean, you do you. Whoever's complaining, whatever. Yeah, I think I like this. It's very subtle, but this one's fine. Something's weird with this one. Okay, well, I guess that's how it's gonna be. Yay, we got minecarts that are moving. That's a powerful fence you got there. It is. It really is. If you go on it, it actually hurts. I'm in Egypt, shoddy. If you're building a pyramid anyways, why aren't you visiting Egypt? Yeah, he literally is. You know, he's just representing or something. He's proud of his country or something. Right, Noms? No, I'm not. I know. Here it is. Do we remove this? No, I think we keep this. Yeah, it's not perfect, but you could add a mix of dirt and coast dirt around. Yeah, probably. We should probably play around with the mounting that's underneath. I mean, I was even thinking like maybe we want to have some arches over this, but I don't know yet. I don't think I'm there yet. But yeah, we could mix and patch stuff. I don't know if I want to do it now. I mean, I think I remember what happened to those holes. This one, you mean? I know you're responsible for this one. No more hole. See? I fix everything. Entropenium test? Oh, I see. Okay, and then I'm gonna want to basically do the same thing on the other side, but when we're gonna have this building to figure out how we bring it over. So it's gonna be an easy take this, flip it 180, and then put it here, and then go from there. I just like the fact that this is moving now, and they're never gonna fail and never gonna like cause lag in anything, right? Right? Okay, I like this. So we have more space inside, which we are gonna fill up with two new machines, I guess. This one and this one. We could place it now. We need an ore washer. One more time. This is 3 or 4 high. I can't remember. I think it is. If it's 3 by 5, yeah, so it's 15. Apparently we're low on sulfur. That's the thing. By the way. How's that a thing? How can we be low on sulfur? Come on. Let me go back to survival for a second. Hi chat, what's happening? Well, I don't know if we're cooking, but we're building, we're having fun. We're just fooling around mainly. And right now we're prepping the new area for the or Proc. Or I guess we're extending the space we already had for ore proc, but we're prepping for a new ore proc with A2, and I want to do some more machines right now. But apparently we don't have sulfur, which I I don't understand. We're gonna get some quick sulfur. So I think we're gonna place the new machines. Now I hate the fact that they're the same, but I actually I don't even care. I think it's fine just because they're oriented differently. They look almost different, almost. I'm fine with this. It's low effort and it's done. And this is what I need right now because I don't know. I am not feeling it these days with this. So, let's redo this, right? We have sulfur now. It is going up. Okay. So this thing, we're going to want 67 roughly times 2 minus the 72 we already have minus we are sharing 15 actually. It's 3 times 5. This should be all we need. I did not say those two numbers. I would never. No one should say this. You know, I've heard in my family over the holidays that in some houses, these two numbers that we are not going to pronounce are actually banned. Like the kids, if they say this in the house, they don't have any gaming device access or whatever for a week. Could you imagine this? Like this is next level to me. I am all for it, is what I'm trying to say. What if you add 2 to the numbers? Sure. Is it sad? It's not sad. It's not sad. This is the worst thing. Sad that it's necessary, I agree. This is the worst thing, the worst meme, the worst whatever, brain rot. Okay, so we have these guys that we also want to place. I don't know that we're going to cable all of them right now, but we're going to place them just to say that they're placed. Oh, right. I am dumb. This needs to be like this. That also means that... What? Wait. Okay. Oh, we need more. More thermal processing. And then this one is controller at the bottom, is it? No, it's the middle. Okay. So this should make them share. Should, in theory. And we're probably going to use the sides for the IO, like this side. But yeah. Stardust with the 5 stream streak. That's cool. Thank you for your commitment. You know? Ooh, yeah. I don't know how to count or something. Or they're not done. No, they are done. Okay. So we're not going to get into ore proc today. I don't think. Today's all about the new billing space, or the new space for the ore proc and the bees. I think I'm just placing the machines right now because I haven't placed a new machine in so long, but now that this is done, we're going to leave them unconfigured, not used, and we are probably going to have a stream dedicated to doing the ore proc. It's probably going to be next stream because honestly, whenever we're out of whenever we're out of something and the only way to get it is through the meteors, we mine them and then we just process the stuff we want and not everything. Because this ore proc is good, but I would not provide it with like a constant supply of something, you know? So what we're going to do is we're probably going to take an entire stream to configure this thing with A2, have storage in every single step, and then subnets for every step of the ore proc, some proper ore dict, with a default route, some overrides, maybe a control room underneath this building, or I was thinking in the air, right here. We could probably have like a config room, literally just floating in the air, with scaffoldings and whatnot. So that's what I was thinking maybe. So for now, we're just going to place these machines. They're wall shared, they're both formed. I mean, they're not formed because they need some maintenance hatch and some mufflers, which I guess we could do. We're gonna do this and then this. I'm just gonna wait for the downlink modules. See, they're good. And these are gonna actually run in this mode, Chembat. These guys are gonna be used for mercury and the other thing I'm forgetting about. Mercury, hydrofluoric acid, which is right here for rare earth, and then yeah, sodium persulfate. So we're gonna have one sodium, one mercury, and then the hydrofluoric, I don't know, because technically the hydrofluoric acid one is for rare earth. Maybe we're gonna keep it here, and then yeah. Soy changed his mic. It's Jover. I was actually thinking about doing the same, Nomsy. So please explain to me, why is it Jover? What changed? Is it worse? Is it like, what's up? Because I've been thinking about changing my mic simply because I always wanted to get a better mic, even though it's doing the job. I think it's right. I think he doesn't sound like he normally does. Well, I'm gonna have to check this out because that's one of my concerns with changing the mic, you know? I don't know if it's a good or a bad idea. How do we do this? Wait. Oh. What? I think yeah, I'm drunk. Wait. Okay. This is better. This also needs a muffler, yeah. You're sad? So is it like actually worse, or what is it? Because I do care about the fact that I spent weekends, like multiple weekends, playing around with my voice because I really hate my voice. You know this. I really do not like my voice. And I played around with it so much, not to really, you know, get away from my voice and like get an actual thing that doesn't sound like my voice, but to get something that is a bit more soothing, a bit more, you know, podcast-y, and just something that sounds overall better so that I don't hate my voice. There's something in my voice that I really don't like when I talk. It's all the S sounds that I do that I've tried to really remove with the filters and everything. So it was really important to me to not just change my voice to change my voice, but to make it bearable to me. But do I ever listen to my stuff? No. So it's really for you guys in the end. And you've been saying that it's pretty great. So, you know, I don't know. Yeah, but you know my real voice without the filters, like in person, and I have some things in my voice when I talk, like very highs and very lows, and it's all over the place. And when you're streaming, I don't think that's actually good, but yeah. Wow, it's a filter. Stardust, what is your sort of question? I'm curious. Okay, these guys are set up. We're gonna leave this here. We're probably gonna do power right here and right here. Power and IO. I might do like mercury and then sodium. Well, thank you, Yui. I don't know. My voice is something that I was not sure about when I started streaming, so yeah. I'm thinking of making my bass intentionally confusing. So if I record another bass tour, it could be funny for people to have this sense that I'm insane. I thought you were gonna say the sense that it's always new, like you can never wrap your head around it, therefore it's always as if you're visiting it for the first time. I don't know if that makes sense. I think this is where you were going. And you might get this too from doing this, you know? So, interesting. I'd like to see and know, like, how does that work? They're still going. That's perfect. That might be another motivator. Yeah. Do one of those 4-dimensional houses where stairs and doors go all over the place. Yeah, true. With the, like, yeah, so the stairs where you go up and then you're like, what the hell? I was here 2 seconds ago. Why am I going in circles now? Help. Yeah, that's the kind of base you should go for sure. Okay, so I want to work on the lab. We're gonna call it the lab for now. I don't want to do a nature thing. I do not want to do yet another like nature looking ish thing. I want to do a small lab, a small white, like completely white building, something that you would see in some like Minecraft YouTube videos like 10 years ago when someone was like the big redstone guy on YouTube, and it's just like a big quartz square building with a bunch of like redstone contraptions. Think about it this way, right? So it's going to be a lab because I don't want this thing to be nature again. I want it to be the more like genetics, maybe genetics part of this building here. I was thinking using staircase and elevators spam as well as similar looking rooms to give off a backrooms vibe. Yeah, a backrooms vibe. That's, yeah. Yeah. Seth Bling, is that an old YouTuber that was doing this? I'm sure we all have like different references there, but yeah. So I don't want to use this space. I think I've decided this. This is going to be like ecospheres and then whatever else. I think I want to do something here that's somewhat really small and maybe even attached to this. Now it's kind of weird or awkward because we don't have a whole lot of space. I don't know that I want to do it like in this very small space here for us to go out. So it's either that we go from here into a small building that's just floating right here, or the other idea I had is we cut off this room probably right here. We put up a wall, and then this side of the room would be the like the lab, you know? We would put an alveary, an apiary that we could world accelerate to make some drones. The alveary is going to be for breeding and then all that stuff. But eventually I might want to get into, is it gendustry? Yeah, I want to get into gendustry or genetics. I've never done genetics for bees. I don't know if it's complicated. I don't know if it's expensive, slow, whatever it is. I just want to have a look at it. I just want to test it out. This is a mod I've never seen any tutorial for and never, I mean, I know there's tutorials for this, but I want to figure it out. So I want a place that we can do some bee breeding right now, but that we can also learn gendustry as we go and then do some more gendustry. That's what I want for this room. So I guess like using this side of the room might be a bit of we're not gonna have enough space. And also when we want to expand the processing for any of these, this is gonna take up space that I think I want to keep for this. So maybe so I just did this blob of stone here just to be like, hey, there's a rock, you know, it's not just a flat plane, right? But that could also be a good space for this. We could literally just do a very square white building with some white stained glass, and then just do like, this is a lab, and this is where we do our bee breeding. And it would make sense because we have the crop breeding right next to it. But this thing is crops, so putting the bees here might be a little weird. But it also might be totally fine. And the other idea is we do a small building right here, in this hole right here. And eventually there's going to be stuff over there, maybe in this direction. So I like putting it here. I just don't know how it's going to float. So we have the crystal that's floating this. We have these very small thingies that are holding this. Obviously, we're gonna fix this eventually. And then we have this island that literally just lifted from the overworld because of these crystals that I have to fix, because these are way too transparent, I think. We have the water that literally flowed or overflowed into this hole that this created, right? And yeah, and then we have to figure out how to give this thing a bit more detail around here. But apart from this, I'm pretty happy with this. This was done off stream again, but I think I'm leaning for this option right here. I want to leave this crops only. So I think we're going to start from here. We're going to do some sort of a bridge, or we could do a door right here in this corner. We could do a door that literally comes out of here and then goes out into like agenda tree section, you know? My only worries with the back room space is that, one, if I take a break and come back, it's going to be hard to remember where's everything. And two, it might be hard to expand infra. Definitely, but I think that's what's so nice and beautiful about it. It's unorganized, right? So, like, if you want to expand something, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be in the same area as something else. It doesn't have to work with whatever's around it. It literally is just a bunch of rooms that you're patching up together. So in terms of expanding this, you don't have to ask yourselves 20 questions of where do you put stuff. You literally just patch a room on top of another one or next to another one, whatever it is, right? As long as you can reach it, exactly. And it literally is just a big blob of rooms, which is really nice because you don't have to... It's going to make building somewhat easy, I think, because you're just making the rooms and you want to have the inside mostly being the like weird part. And then for the like finding your way around, you could do anchors, but then it goes against the whole thing of like, I want to get lost in this space, right? So if you do like anchors like this and you name them, it's nice to find your way, but it then goes against the whole point of the back rooms because you can literally just skip between rooms. But it could help, you know? I think, honestly, the fact that you're not gonna have any problems expanding outweighs the fact that you're gonna have to relearn your base. I think relearning your base every time is just, it's just chef's kiss. I don't know. There's something about it. Okay, let's keep my stuff here. We're gonna go back into creative / building mode. And we're going to try to figure this one out. I have no plan for it whatsoever. I also have to figure out how do we bridge this. Because like right now, the bridge is like super wide, but then like what? I would just take 3 blocks and then go this way, which makes no sense. You know, like This is weird, no? The fact that it's one small bridge like this. What we could do is we could figure out how wide this is. It is 13 blocks, so we could do this. Yeah, it's weird, but I could center it, and it doesn't matter if this is in the way. Because then we could have a pat maybe here to get up here, and then we could have just a pat. It could split essentially. Yeah, but yeah, this sounds like a really good idea, Stardust. I think you should do it. You should totally do it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and in the end, what's the worst that could happen? This is a game. If you're not here to have fun, what are you even doing? You know? Okay. Let's try to figure out something here. I just thought of an insane rule I could make for myself. No two rooms can be the same size. I love it. I freaking love it. So here's what I have in my head, right? What if... It's nothing crazy, but what if I bridge this from here all the way to the side of this wall and basically made a second circle, or I guess a quarter of a circle right here. And then we could place the stuff for breeding along this. And I could maybe do a small house or something there. This might be something we could do. Okay, let's figure out the radius of this thing. So we would be starting here and ending somewhere around here. But one block lower. Right. Okay, so like 40 blocks or something. 40, let's call it 48. So let's do a quick thing here. Let's do a cylinder of 95. Let's make it wide for now. A 48 block. This is diameter, I think. No, it's radius. Okay, so let's make it cylinder 95, 48. And then from the point that I am, which is the center, I'm gonna want to expand this by 48. And this by 48. Now, all I have to do is go right over here, copy this from the top, right? Get over like right about here, 1 or 2 blocks behind. And then I'm gonna copy it in the air. Right? And then what we could do is just remove everything that is not in this section. So everything leading up to these blocks. So just thought of something even funnier. I could make the room increasingly strange in their shape as they get further away from the center of the base. Honestly, it sounds to me like you're getting into some really nice shenanigans. This is what's happening right now. I freaking love it. Are you streaming this, Stardust Cell? If not, please at least put it in the Discord or something. You should stream this, because these sounds like really nice ideas. Is there any white glass in there? I don't think there is. I mean, I guess we could just like, right? Let's do a replace just to be safe. You have the Discord? I don't think I'm in it. Yeah, I have the Discord. Make sure you're in it. Yeah, no, but if you want to post in there, please do. Okay. Let's just get the basic shape around here. And I guess, you know what? We could literally just do this. So we're going to be taking this, right? So from this block all the way up to, we said right about here. I'm going to copy everything that's in here from this point, from the middle. Yeah, from right here. So if I copy this and then go up, and then paste, we're gonna have an overlap of everything that is yeah, which is exactly what I want, because then we can paste A, and everything that is outside I want to keep, everything that is inside we want to remove. That's it. I don't know if we're cooking, but I'm having fun. That's the most important part. So we're gonna go here. This is Y212. So we're at the center, we go here, Y212. I'm gonna make sure I send you a warm welcome later on, Stardust. Thank you for joining. And yeah, please share any crazy stuff you do. I like these things. I like the rules that you're thinking about and the whole idea, the whole thing, really. So we're gonna cut this and paste this. And then I'm gonna try something, but we're gonna rotate this 90 degrees, flip it on Nord axis. Nope, I messed that up. Almost though. Let's do 270. Almost. Wait, let's do it in the air. It's gonna be so much easier. Okay, so we're gonna be at 212. I'm gonna copy. We're gonna rotate 180 and then flip on Nord and then paste. Almost. We're gonna copy. We're gonna rotate 180. How about we just flip? If we just flip, it does it on like, oh no, okay, so it's just flip. Okay, cool. The size of this is, we can't see a thing, but 28 by 46. We're gonna expand this by 46 going into south direction. And then I should be able to get at 212 again. Cut this. Base minus A, and then there it is. Okay, I think I like this. Yeah, I really like this actually. I would be tempted to do the same thing in the front. I actually really love this. Given that we're gonna have a pat right here for this guy, I might want to just do the same thing. So if we flip this west axis and then paste this, right? And then we want to be at 179. 179, and then let's just figure out the length of this. 18 blocks, right? And it's the entryway of the door, yeah. So we want to be right here, shift by 1, and then expand by 17, and then set to stone. We're gonna have the ads, and I'm gonna take a quick break right after this. I just want to paste this in. I love this. Oh, this is staying for sure. Okay. I am very, very happy with this. So, and we're gonna put our like breeding stuff along this weird arc. It's not gonna be an extension of the building, but it's gonna be like something. We're gonna figure it out. I'll go take that break, and then I'll see you guys in about 5, maybe 10 minutes. And then we'll keep doing some crazy building stuff. You know, really, really crazy. I'm sure you guys are like mind blown right now by all this building. So BRB. And yeah. Make sure you also stretch and get some water and whatnot. Okay, guys, we're back. Okay. What's happening? Spawner needs a dark enough spot. 9 by 9 by 9. Yep, they have a 4 block radius. And yeah, usually putting a torch like right on top of the spawner is good enough. I think, as long as you don't have any blocks, like I guess blocking light in any way, but yeah. I usually cheese the dungeons with just running around early on and then placing the actual placing the torches on top of the spawners. Okay, this is kind of weird, but we can fix this later. I said spawners last message, I meant elevators. I've placed the first pair of spawners in the base. It's just 3 rooms so far and it's already so evil. Nice. You're starting the evil base, evil plan. I'm thinking that for these guys, I might want to actually set this to this. Oops. But it's also kind of weird to have this. But this is also really weird. Maybe we do this. And it's fine. Yeah, maybe we do this and it's fine. I really hate these because you can't know what they are and replace them with World Edit. It's not like there's a whole lot anyway. Okay. What's up, Stardust? So when can we expect pictures of your evil base? I want to keep an eye out for sure. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. I sent one already, just a block palette. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. GTNH chat, where is it? Oh, I love this. Yeah, this is giving backrooms vibes. Yeah. I love it. Really, like, what is it? Like monochromatic? Is that the word? Monochromatic. Yeah, sort of. Sort of. Okay. So here's what's in my head, right? This is like a patio, or yeah, I don't know if that's the right word, but a patio or a deck or whatever you want to call it. And then maybe we have some blocks around it to sort of define, or I guess these we're gonna do just fine. And I'm thinking I don't want it to be too big. I don't think I want to do this. Although I'm not hating it, so I'm happy we gave ourselves enough space for this. Because we're pretty committed already, so. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. And then the plan is we can place machines and whatnot on top of this. Now, do we figure out a way to bring the wall in a bit or something and cover this? Or do we just do it like, you know, no roof or anything on top of this? I'm thinking that we might want to do no roofs. Maybe do a small building for some of the stuff, because there is going to be some GT machines in there, and we don't have rain disabled in any way. So I'm thinking about, so the apiary is going to be just fine, right? If we just lay it out roughly. The apiary for breeding is probably going to be on the end of one of these. I'm feeling like right here sort of thing. This thing needs one space underneath that's sort of accessible. I know this is way bigger than an apiary, but the thing is, there is a block in, let's do this for now. There is a block underneath that you need to change sometimes when you're doing breeding, right? So I'd like to be able to change this block without going down, because there is no down. There is no space underneath this. I think I want to keep it flat, which means there is no space for cabling, and there is no space for like conduits of any sort. We might maybe just bring one of these connections and then have access to power, but for now, I think I want to keep this flat. The goal is not to have another one of these. The goal is that this is just small enough that it holds onto the building and it's fine. And I'll fix the other side. Oops. Because I think I really like this. I really like this shape, this ring that goes around it. I don't know why, but I kind of love it. Let's nail the center. I just want to remove it. Okay, so yeah, so say that we have an aviary here. I don't know that I want to have more than one, but for aesthetic reasons, I might. You know, so that we could have one aviary set up to one biome and then another one and then whatnot. But I'm also like, why do we need an aviary? We could literally just do our breeding in a single apiary and world accelerate it. So I don't know if I want to stick to aviaries for breeding. They're nice, but I don't think they're necessary. And you can't world accelerate them. Although for breeding, I would probably argue you don't really want or care about speeding it up. You do want to control the breeding. You know what? I'm gonna do aviary. I know it's weird, but I have some other ideas. So let's try to do somewhat of a building shape looking thing in here. We could like follow the curve, maybe. Okay, so let's do another one of these. Let's do it with 1030 0. We're gonna make it hollow, and then we'll make it. This one was 48 radius, right? Let's give it roughly like, I don't know, 3-4 spaces. So let's make it 44, 42. Let's make it 44. I messed up. Yeah, so this is my center, which we're gonna set to stone. And then we are gonna go all the way over here. We're gonna expand this by 44. So what I care about here is being actually not even right here. I care about being right here. And if I bring this right here in the center, let's call it 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then paste. I'm gonna paste it 1 block up just to get an idea. Yeah, this is not too bad. And then we go like this, and then repeat the same process right here, and then do a curve. This is what I have in mind, right? Maybe we do like a small building with this that sort of connects here. I don't think that we can access this in any like meaningful way. The only place we could, okay, the only place we might be able to access this is like right here. This could be a door into this section. Maybe. So if we do the same thing, but we remove, let's call it 8 blocks to the radius. Let's call it 10 actually. It's right here. I was looking for this. Okay. If we do the same cylinder, but instead do it 40, so we said 10 less, 34. Let's make it 32. Set the stone again, and then expand this by 32. Expand this by 32. And we got it. And we just go right here again, copy this. And then right from about 10, 12 blocks from here. So that's pretty spot on. We do a paste minus A again. Actually, this is kind of perfect. We just need to be 1 block higher. Do I like the shape of this? I somewhat like the shape of this. It's kind of too wide, but yeah. It's hard to know. I think I might be running into another problem with the backrooms trademark. I like this. It's hard to know where to put everything. So you mean like where to put the power? Does it need to be centralized and all this? Is that what you mean? Because yeah, I mean, that's totally fair. Oh, did I mess this up? Oh, I totally messed this up. Oh shit. Whoops. Good thing these are just casings, but also whatever. Oh, and it was only this machine. Interesting. Yeah, this one is messed up though. Oops. Fixed. When anything can go anywhere, it's hard to know where the specific districts should go. Well, this is what I was kind of saying earlier, I don't think you should be thinking of your build or buildings in districts. Wait. Yeah, I think it really does not, like, it. You shouldn't limit yourself to districts in your build. I feel like anything can go anywhere, sort of. Let's go 2 blocks over. Yeah, so I feel like everything can go kind of anywhere, right? And you don't have to, yeah, follow any rules, but yeah. I suppose I would think about it more in terms of processing lines. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I would fully embrace the, like, chaos and try to make this into like, you don't actually care and just try to make it work. I don't know. Maybe that's stupid of me, but it is larger. Did I want larger? I might have wanted larger. I think this is fine. I do think I wanted larger, so. Bigger is better, right? And then I definitely broke this again. That's fine. No worries, we can fix all this. Okay. This is what happens when you world edit. I don't even know if this is good. Well, I kind of like the size of it. But now what I don't like is how we're limited in space. It doesn't breathe as much. I don't know. Is this weird? I don't think it is. Like ilmenite line in one corner and benzene or another power gen in another corner. I don't have a 2 setup, so long distance item transfer and automation is painful. Yeah, it is. For sure. I mean, early it's probably going to be a pain. Rooms are probably going to look a lot like they belong next to each other. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the fun part of this, like, challenge, right? If I bring this up a couple of blocks like this, and then literally just close it off. If I try to just close this off real quick, I just want to get like an idea of, does that work? I'm not going to be able to do this easily, right? Do I have, yeah. Okay. This is now a big white box. Is this weird? So, say that I want 2, 3, and 2, 3, a center. This is going to be a center. Is this weird? I don't have A2. Oh yeah, I forgot supercons exist. Yeah, supercon. We do this in this run. We do supercons only, and it's been great. We don't have to deal with like power or like loss in the cable and then figure this out and then have some weird problems where machines are turning off and whatnot. I mean, it's great, honestly. Okay, so this is not perfect, but this is just to see like how does that look on the map? How does that look here? And do I want to replicate it on the other side? Now, what I have in mind is instead of doing an alveary, is I'll set up some small like stations almost that allow you to do the breeding. So there's going to be a station for drones, there's going to be a station for breeding, and then I'm thinking eventually Gendustry looks like a bunch of single blocks, so we're probably going to have stations for these as well. And what I mean by a station is you would have something either in, it's kind of hard because these are all curves, but in a corner, you know, like this almost. How about we take obsidian? So this might be the breeding block that you can change, and then this can be the apiary, and then we might want to put like some cables on the sides from A2, and it might want to go like over, and then we might close it off too. I don't know. You know, like things like this. This is what's in my mind right now. Another way to see this is we could also just do a corner like this. And then technically we have space for cables now inside of this. So this is another way I'm thinking about this. Now, obviously we try to detail this a bit by using some micro blocks and whatnot. But that's the main idea, because we don't need a whole lot of space, right? We need an alveary. This alveary needs to have all the flowers around it that you can think of. I might want to get into this because I think it would be really cool if I can make it work somehow. But put an open crate here to change the biome of this apiary with witchery, and then find a way to auto craft the potions. If we could auto craft the potions from witchery, I would be so happy, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I might want to do a bit of testing around this with the time we're gonna have left. Today's gonna be somewhat of a small stream, but I think it's fine. So we're not gonna need 2 alvearies for breeding, but we might want to get like the drones here, the breeding here, and then a world auxiliary could be right here. It could have like a lever, or there could be pressure plates, whatever it is. And then we might want to make the floor here solid too. Like we might want to make this into, I don't know, the quartz brick, sure. 3806. Very roughly, you know, it just I'll go outside and fix this afterwards, but you get the gist of it. Or I'm gonna fix it now because it's bothering me. I'm trying to go fast, but there's no reason to go fast. There might be a few blocks I have to fix outside. Not even. Yeah. Maybe we do, I don't know how this is gonna look, but maybe inside we actually don't want to have curves. I don't know if this is weird, but outside is like curvy, and then inside we actually want to make this into more like square rooms almost. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, borrowing some ideas from Stardust here. Like, you're looking at this from outside, you're like, oh, this is like a curve. Nice. It's gonna be so hard to put stuff in there, right? And then we make it easy inside by making the inside look like an actual square. So like maybe we bring a wall right here to make this into more of a, like we have a wall now for machines here, you know, something like this. I don't know. I know it's not back rooms level of stuff, but you know. Yeah, maybe like this is a bit less intense. We could have stuff here, stuff here, stuff here, stuff here. You'll get there. I believe in you. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get there. I haven't looked at chat. I should probably be using it for this idea of a base. Probably, yeah. I might need transformers though. I don't have tungsten steel for EV supercons. Do EV supercon take tungsten steel, really? In my mind, EV supercon is the first actual cheap supercon you can make. Wait. Is it like for the... Yeah, for the pipes. Okay. Well, if you have a mob farm, the steel part of this is easy. And the tungsten, you get it from processing a bunch of endstone dust. So both of these are actually like passive and really fast, actually. You get this from tungsten, or from sandstone, not sandstone, endstone processing or something, right? You get tungstate, sorry. Yeah. Right, I need the tungsten processing chain. Yeah. So you do like this right here, and then you get PMP, sand, and helium 2. You get tungstate, and then you do the whole tungstate stuff. You know about this, but yeah. And I really highly recommend. I used to do stone lilies, the yellow stone lilies for the endstone, but Ui's brought us a really cheaty way of doing endstone, which is this, which I hate and I both love because I don't have to worry about endstone anymore. I hate it because it's always running in here, because this is not dedicated. It's supposed to do so many other things, but this thing's so fast that it's always running tungstate. And this is nothing, right? This is 4 pieces of like ender leaves. So yeah, definitely would love to see a big setup for this to see how much tungstate and slash tungsten we could get. Just got into EV, so I got no idea what this is. I think this is doable in EV. This thing here, you get it from this guy. Oh, I guess it's not. I mean, wait. No, you could do this at EV. Yeah. Yeah, so ender sapling, and then you get a few leaves of this, and then you're good to go. Well, I guess, yes, you need AE2 to make this. I don't know if you could do it in with any other mob, but yeah. Yeah, not mob, I mean mod. But yeah, no, if you're talking about the tungsten chain, yeah, you're right. Okay, let me drink some water, take a bite of my snack here. Definitely do the endstone processing first. That's gonna get you so much helium. I do this so early on with Yellowstone lilies that when we get to supercons and everything, it's a non-issue. Okay. I think I like this idea of bringing up like 2 extra walls to make this a bit more square, and then we could still navigate into this as if it was a curve, but then we get 2 solid spaces or planes. We could even put stuff in this corner. Could be that. So I think I like this. Now, we're not aligned to get out of here from this. I think I'm gonna close it up. I think we're gonna flatten this out and then close it off. Yeah. So we also have this space here that's a bit more squared now. I could technically put up a wall here. Oops. Just to help with getting straight lines and walls. And then we could hide some cabling in there too. Like, this is a lot of space for cabling now. a little 5 blocks of space for this. It's not too bad. Yeah. That's doable. Okay. I like this. Wait, it is? You mean helium? Yeah. So endstone dust gives you, for LV, right? You could just put a single block centrifuge. I know it's gonna be freaking slow, I know. But doing this passively gives you every, what, like 6 minutes, 10 minutes? Every 10 minutes, it gives you 4,000 liters of helium. You can literally just place this into a super tank, and when you need it, you're gonna start using it, and then you're gonna get your multis. I always do this. I get endstone, I get yellow stone lilies. I go to the end, I grab some endstone blocks. I have a full, plot of these guys, and then you get PMP from it that you can early on cook up for some early on like platinum. You get sand, you get tungstate, so that you could do your tungsten stuff as soon as possible, and then helium. Helium is the main thing early on. Early on, I do this for the helium, and then later on, I can process a whole bunch of tungstate into tungsten, and I also have PMP, another PMP source. I think for your power setup stuff, if you're an EV, you should be thinking about nukes. I was not on board with the nukes, but oh god, is this good. And we don't even have them maxed out. I think we can change the fuel, the coolant to make this even better. these guys have been running for a while, and you could scale this, feels like infinitely. So yeah, I'm gonna say nukes are good now, I guess. And my understanding is that they're available in EV. I think you do need a good stab alloy source to have the fuel, but you literally just connect a cable to them. They like auto output the power straight out of them, and they output to whatever tier that you connect the cable to, if I'm not mistaken. Because these two are from IC, these things are from IC2, right? And they, I'm pretty sure, and they output EU per ticks. So yeah, here we're taking them into like a bunch of EV cables, into transformers, into IV, and then into the battery. But we could do IV cables and then whatever. I'm pretty sure you can do this. If not, they output EV, and then you literally just connect this, and that's it. I mean, you don't need stab alloy. It's just, this is, I think, mainly done out of these guys, the MOX, which are out of uranium-238 and plutonium. And if you want to get a bunch of uranium-238, centrifuging a bunch of stab alloy, if I'm not mistaken, is like the best way of getting this. Yeah, this one right here. You're also getting titanium, and then yeah, this is really worth it. And the stab alloy is really easy to get. You just do some witchery, and then you're good. Which you probably already did for the bees if you have bees, you know? Yeah, you should probably do bees then. That's what's so great about the progression in GTNH. You can actually go very far by just not doing some of the mods, but eventually it'll catch back up to you, which is both annoying and nice, because if it didn't catch up to you, you wouldn't know for a while that you actually need to do bees and you actually need to do blood magic and all that, right? So it's kind of, I don't know, it's a double-edged sword, and I kind of like it. Oh, we created something that has a center. I like this. So if we want to do Alviri to start, we could. I don't think I want to, though. I think we're going to stick to apiaries. And this looks like a really nice place to have 1, 2, 3 pillars for the acclimatizers. Either this or this, and then we could have 6. I don't know how many acclimatizer we need. I just know we need them. If we go look at bees, bee breeding, no, how to bee, and we go have a look at the acclimatizer. Yeah, so we need one for snowballs. We need one for lava cells, I think. We can swap lava for blaze rods, which is perfect. Lastly, we have sand and then water, which is the water cells. So there's 4. I think we need 4. I think this is what we need. So we could do this. Because then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also another option. We could use the whole wall here and do this. And the reason I'm saying it goes like this is because we're going to put one acclimatizer here, 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 and here. And then we're going to have a world accelerator. Let's do lapis between every one of them. Although technically we just need this. And there could be a door here maybe. And then on top of them, we could do A2 and just output the resource we need. Level maintain it or something. Yep, this is what I think we're gonna do. I want to do this now. I sort of want to get into setting this up. Let's get back into survival and set this up. Okay, let's get the acclimatizers for this. I know we don't have the patterns, so we're gonna have to do some patterns. I very much doubt we have this. So this is Pras 0. Let's do it now before I forget. And then pretty sure we don't have this. Yeah, this is going to be circuit assembler. And I think this one has circuit 1 inside. If not, we could do this. Yeah, this might be fine. It's HV. So I can't remember if these guys have circuit 1. Yeah, they do. Okay, we could... I have so little infra, it's kind of sad. And then I'm a little afraid of blood magic. It gives warp, and I'm just on the cusp of warp doing bad things to me. So here's the thing. Warp is actually not that bad. It's really random, and when you're going to start actually getting warp that matters, meaning when you're going to get warp that gives you the bad effects but gives you something that's so good that it's actually worth it, you're also going to get further into progression where you're going to be able to remove the warp at some point. If not, until you can actually remove the warp, 55 is nothing. You can easily get to 180, 200. You'll still be fine. Honestly, the only thing you don't want to have is the wither. That's the only one. Everything else is fine. Yeah, we got to 160, 180 before we could actually remove the warp. But you could do the first tier, the one that doesn't remove all the warp, impure tier, and you can also do what is it, warding? I think there's some potions that you could literally just keep on drinking, and then you'll be fine for a while. Trust me, it's actually not that bad. Okay. Bronze foil, of all things. It's actually worth it to do all of this. It really is. Okay, can we do this now? Yeah. Can we do 4 of them though? Not quite. This is good. So yeah, well, you don't want to get to 200, but 55 is really, really low. 55 is where you start getting access to the book, and when you start getting into even more warp for blood magic, for whatever else. And then, honestly, it's kind of fun. I don't know. the magic part of the mod pack is kind of fun. But yeah. Yeah. So I think we're going to be setting this up. We're going to set up the acclimatizer stuff. They're probably not going to have a world accelerator quite yet, but I do, yeah, I think we're going to do this. We're going to do world accelerator. I'll set up the redstone for it maybe, and then I'll figure out the power later. I think right now for today, I just want to get the acclimatizer set up, maybe AE2 in here, and then I'll work off stream on the actual breeding setup. This space right here is going to need a bunch of flowers and the main breeding apiary. So yeah, there's some work to do. I legit just wanted to fix the space for today, which I know it is just a big square white thing, but we could fix it up later. We could probably put like a shape on top of this or glass or whatever it is. For now, we have the general shape. We have space to put stuff. It's not perfect. It's not like a whole, you know, big thing, but I think it's great. Doesn't look too bad from the bottom and from the map. It's actually fine. It's also natural, like you're coming out of here and then going right, and then you're into like bee breeding area. I kind of like it. Is this gonna take forever? Not enough ingredients. How so? Tell me more. I'm assuming that this thing is now over here, I guess. No, it's actually not over here. So how about this? Can we make a bucket of water? Yeah. And then can we make a bucket of lava? Yeah. So why can't we make an acclimatizer? One of them is done. Not enough ingredients. Something's weird here. I think it's knowing that the buckets are going to be reused. But something's happening. Scared of picking up researches that are not useful? I mean, I get it. But if, like, I don't know, most of the stuff is going to be, you're going to use it. The stuff that you're trying to craft, there's a reason for it. Because it's whenever I do more than one, because it's trying to reuse the buckets, which I don't understand. It's going to do one, right? We don't care. I'm doing 2 more of these and then we don't ever need to do this. So let's do one. I guess this is something you cannot request. It's not something you can request in batches for some reason. Not with the multi that we have, at least. So And then we're going to want some world accelerators. I am guessing we're going to make EV ones. I don't think we're going to be getting into like IV or LUV for this. We're going to have an ad in 2 minutes. That is going to be the last ad for today, I think. We're probably going to be ending things in the next hour or so. I'm thinking we set up the bee like breeding area a bit more, get A2 in here, and then that's basically it. That was the plan for today, so yeah, it's just about getting a bit more stuff set up, because why not? I mean, we're here. And then I'll finish the small details and whatnot later. Right now, just getting a bee breeding area, a place where we can do proper bee breeding. It's gonna be nice. I'll also do some testing off stream on automating the what is it called? The biome, the changing biome potion thingy. What the fuck is Max Tomato? It's a tomato called Max. It's a GT tomato, yeah. And you need this for something at some point. There's some recipes that specifically want this tomato, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, this. You cannot put any tomato, I think. I think it needs to be a Max Tomato, which is a GT tomato that you get from one of the IC2 crops, I want to say. Well, I think this tomato seed has a chance of giving it to you, I think. So yes, you're gonna have to do crop breeding. Everyone does at some point, you know? Okay, so I want to try something. Basically, that's gonna be 2. Here's what I want to try. These things need power, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so they're gonna get power from underneath. That is fine. I want to do this. I want to get some blaze rods because that's the easiest one. Blaze rods are going to go right here. And then what I want to do is do a little experiment, a little test. So this stuff, I'm going to connect directly to mainnet, I believe. Yeah. So I just want to see how so this is going all the way here and it's at 23 channels, so there isn't a lot of channels, but that is fine because what I want to do is a subnet. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring this right here. Let's do, so in the bee breeding area, we're going to want to have access to a few things, which I'm going to whitelist in that connection between the mainnet and the subnet. So I think we're going to go right here. I guess we could just do it from here. So we're going to want an interface too. interface, a storage bus. This storage bus for now is only going to have blaze rods. I'll get a terminal just to make sure we can see what's happening. And then I will also make sure that we have a hub right here. With a quartz fiber. This is how we're gonna get our power for now. So quartz fiber, a wireless connector hub. So this guy. Connect it up and then place a cable. We'll find a nice color for this. Yellow is already taken as like the or Proc net, which is totally wrong. It should not be yellow. And obviously B's should be yellow. So I'll put this orange. Yeah. Okay. So this way we can get power into this and we can get connection to mainnet out of this. Mainnet doesn't need to see what's in there. We just need to be able to filter up whatever is happening in there. Okay. Okay, for now this is good. So this is a subnet now. And I'm gonna bring a controller, I think, right here. And then we'll go from there. So this is also going to be a subnet. So we're going to need some more quartz fiber. Welcome back from the Edge jail. So we're just doing a quick test here for setting this up. So this is going to be B subnet. And this is just a subnet for testing something real quick. What I want to see is there anything, so anything 0 above in the subnet? Yes, there is. Now, if I was to take the partition storage, we can see blaze rods. If I invert this, we cannot see blaze rods anymore, right? No, we can still see it. I have been inspired. I now have 70 warp. Amazing. I did my job correctly. Thank you. So here, what I'm trying to do real quick. Not what I wanted. Absolutely not what I wanted. How does this not work properly? So this works just fine. And so does this now. I don't know what it is, but I think the bidirectional does not work properly with the filter. See, we can see everything now. Even though I said like this thing is filtered now. Ducked with the raid. How's it going, you guys? We're doing some shenanigans. We built some new space to play around, fool around. Thank you for the follow, Noel Goose. How was your stream? How's it going? We're planning the new bee area. This is our new like passive crops bee area, and this here is the bee breeding section. It's a really small just slice of this new building. And I'm just doing some tests right here. I think we want to do... I'm trying to do a test right here. I'm trying to figure out if I can turn this off based off what is in here other than blaze rods, right? So I was thinking that I was somewhat smart, that you would just filter this to blaze rods. Because if we remove the blaze rods, this thing's going to turn off, right? Emit when level are above or equal. Are above or equal. So if I set this to 1. Why does the font look like the one from NTC2? Not too complicated. The font in game, you mean? It is technically a texture pack, resource pack. It is a modern font. Maybe that's why. I don't know what NTC2 is, but... Okay, I don't like this. What is this thing seeing that I'm not seeing? Right? There's nothing in the subnet. Emit when levels are above 1. This should work. Oh, wait. Aha! This is why. This is why. Okay. I think we got it. So if I do this and I now filter for this and I do this, it is going to turn on. Great. But if I invert it, it turns off. This is... Is this good now? It's because of the bidirectional again. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's it's just a resource pack. We have a bunch of resource pack on here. I don't know if it's such a good idea, but for this run, I've always had it, so we're gonna keep it. Eventually, I want to play some other packs and maybe do a new run of GTNH. So I'm probably gonna revisit that decision, but yeah. So here's what I just did. I want to start this whenever there's anything in here that is not a blaze rod or whatever we're going to be putting in here, which, to be fair, should be the opposite of blaze rod, and blaze rods should be in here too. Blaze rods should be in here. Cable like this. And then this is extract only blaze rod inverter. And then this is going to be the opposite. So this quest right here, right? Lava's eat and water is wet. Dry, wet. Snowballs. So this is going to be snowballs. So this is going to be... Actually, I prefer the other way. I think I want my blaze rods here. And the snowballs here. So let's get some snowballs. We're gonna have some level maintain stuff or something like this afterwards, but for now, I just want to configure this like this. Yeah, and this works, because if I was to do this, it doesn't work. But if I do this, it works. Cool. So anything that is not a snowball or a blaze rod is going to enable this now, because we're going to put a controller cover right here with enable with redstone, no safe mode for this, and we're going to bring power right here eventually, right here or right on top. The bottom is probably going to be for these machines, but I'm also considering doing Ender IO conduit if it doesn't add any extra weirdness. If I can connect these with GT cables, I'll probably do it just to not have to deal with 3 sort of cables around here. So we're going to do the same thing here. we're gonna have 2 storage buses along with 3 cables, a level emitter that's set to 1 above. These guys are gonna be extract only with an inverter card. And then whatever goes in here. So we are gonna have sand and something else. Sand and water. So for the water, we are gonna be using these capsules. So same thing here. I think it's gonna be water. So it's cold to hot. And then it's dry to wet. So this is going to be sand, actually. And then this one over here is going to be the capsules. And then I don't know if we have this. Yeah, we do. Cool. Yeah, and this thing is not on. And now I'm going to do a quick test after this, but enable redstone. Do we have any drone or bee or yeah? Let's just take a random drone. If I pop a drone in here, I'm expecting this to turn on. I guess it doesn't. It's supposed to be 1 or above. Is it only seeing this maybe? It might be. Yeah, I don't think it's seeing, it's not seeing the bee, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to work with redstone. Hi there, Orange. You wanna cry? What's up? What's happening? I'll cry with you. What is happening? Okay, well, I'm gonna cry too, because now this thing, I thought we could make it work good, but EFT? What is EFT? EFT made you cry? Or no, made you heal, which makes you want to cry? Tarkov. Oh, that's easy. I have the easy fix for you. Do not play Tarkov. Right? I'm sure, sure Noms would agree. Do not play Tarkov. Yeah, so water capsules, and then we're just gonna do a simple and stupid lever stuff. Oh dang, big truths from Azuna. You're trying to escape? Yeah, it's easy. You know? How have you been doing other than playing Tarkov, Orange? I hope you're good. Are we good? Yeah, redstone, redstone. So we're gonna redstone control this. I don't care anymore. I wanted to make this pretty and automated. Guess what? It's not gonna be, because game doesn't want to be automated. Get some snowballs, some more snowballs, and then we'll do some export bus thingy stuff for this part. Export bus. Export bus. Let's get 4 times 4? I think it's 4. I know I could have done the mat, but I like doing mats. Got back into GTNH Soul World. Yeah, I caught a glimpse of that. I think earlier today or yesterday. I don't know. What is time anymore? I don't know. During the holidays. I don't know. I'm not even on vacation, and I don't know. It's been Sunday for the past 3 days for me. So I can play GTNH all week. Yeah, true. True. You could just yeah. Just do more GTNH. Okay, we're waiting for this. Let's. We don't really need this, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine because it's gonna allow me to do something that's a bit more simple. So let's get the export bus, the cards. This one is just send. acceleration cards. This one is the blaze rods, and this one is the snowballs. So blaze rods, snowballs. Okay. This is BNet now. I miss playing GTNH and wanted to play my solo Gata world. Definitely going to take a break from EFT to grind more GTNH. Well, that's probably some good news, right? As long as you're having fun. That's the important part. Let's go do some shenanigans here. Okay, we got everything we need. Let's filter this in the subnet connection right here. By the way, for anyone that wasn't on here before, TPing with this is new to us. Not in the sense that, I don't know what it was, but we had some rules around that we couldn't do any TP home or back until, I think, IV. We're in LUV now, so yeah. But also no grinding, only having fun. Positive vibes only. True. Yeah. Dita Key is a very positive supporting person, of course. Everyone should do more of it. Okay, just clear these out. Clean up the inventory. We don't really need this here. I mean, I guess it's fine if we want to be able to see what could be exported. So let's bring power. I wanna bring power over here. EV supercons, and let's do one quick really weird shenanigan, I think. Okay, let's do this properly actually. I was gonna do some weird shenanigans. We're gonna do proper shenanigans. I was gonna literally do a P2P to P2P to allow us to take power directly from the main power source, but we do have a battery here. I would be really stupid not to have like another P2P here or get power from this this line right here. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do semi shenanigans where I'm gonna steal power or borrow power from this line right here and bring it into this net. Now this is a mess, I know. We shouldn't have storage over here. These subnets should really be reorganized. This one's gonna change, so it's temporary, we know. This one we could change later. It's messy, but we don't see it, so it's fine. Right? That's how it works. So we're gonna pull this here, and then we're gonna do a P2P right here, which is gonna be a P2P like this, connected directly, and then give it a name, which we're gonna call EV64amp. And I like this because it's gonna be using the main power, well, the power from this building and not trying to bypass the power in some way. We're gonna need more P2Ps. We're gonna need 2 more. One for each world accelerator. That's number 1. These guys are also gonna want this, so we're gonna need to do our first binding like this, I believe. And then the second one, we could do it with this mode by doing this. So this should be an input. This should be, no, I messed it up. Okay, wait. We can fix this. This guy needs to be reconnected. So let's redo this. This guy connected to this guy, which is here. This is now an output, right? No, but it's fine. I just switched it around. And then we can use this guy, but we need to select the input and the one we currently have. So this is output and this is output. This is what we want. And then I could start this and set it to 16. And also set it to, oh, it's tile by default now. Great. And these both work, right? Right. Okay, and then we just need to get power into these guys as well. So there's two ways we can get power. I'm gonna crash night, boys. Good night, Ditiki. It feels so weird not to say it the way I was saying it before. It felt like a job during the GATA servers, so when EFT came out with 1.0, I took a massive streaming GTNH break. I'm thinking about a GTNH break. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to do on stream. And there's so much to do. That's not the problem. The problem is, I don't know. I don't know. Like, sometimes I would just start a new run. I would keep on doing what we're doing over here. I don't know. So, yeah. Sometimes I would restart too. Okay, so here's the not problem, but potential problem. I could have just cabled underneath and use a single P2P. And I think I'm about to do this. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I would restart just to see if I could basically not catch up, but fix the fact that we're so behind on building. I do not want to resort to lawn basing or going into the PDIM and just, you know, dropping everything we've been doing so far. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'd restart, sometimes I would just keep on doing what we're doing. It feels weird sometimes. Yeah, this is better. Single channel, single P2P. These get power now. And then if I was to do this just for fun, it is working. Cool. Well, our acclimatizer setup is fixed. And I am going to put a wall probably here just to hide this. And then put covers probably at the bottom. Maybe a cover there. And this is it. This is going to be our acclimatizer setup. If I need to do anything up there, maybe I'll do it. But for now, this is good. We don't need to make this beast suffer in the sun anymore. So this is good. I think acclimatizer setup is fine for now. We just have to not forget this. I'm always gonna forget this. I'm gonna forget this is on. But yeah, so this is good. I'm probably gonna do the apiary setup for breeding around here. There's gonna be one for breeding and there's gonna be one for making more drones. The one for more drones can literally just be in a corner somewhere. It could be right here because this is a wall that's hollow inside just for space. So we could hide the apiary in there. I might have to make some holes in the ceiling for this. We'll see. I think it needs to see the sky, so yeah, we'll fix those up as they come up. But I think this is the general idea. I'm probably gonna set these up right here and not in the wall, and then we'll open up the ceiling. Matter of fact, we could do this. It's easy. It's not pretty, but it's fine. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but maybe I'll do a whole glass roof and just do borders with the hempcrete. I don't know yet. I'm also going to play around with the shape a bit more. Maybe put some architecture blocks on the sides to make it more roundy instead of like blocky like this. And then same thing on the outside. I don't know if I'm gonna put a fence here. We'll see. But yeah, I think we're good. I'll iron out the details later. I think these just need to be, so these two are always going to be stocked, but these guys, we might want to actually level maintain them. There is no way that I'm doing a crafting card in these export. It wouldn't work anyway because it's a subnet. But we could level maintain a small amount. I got it. Okay. Yeah, we could level maintain like a tiny amount. Like we don't need this anymore, so we could put snow here. Let's maintain 512 and do 128 every time. And then for the water capsules, we're gonna do the same thing. And let's do 128. There. So it's gonna start these crafts, and those are easy. I think we're getting all of this from water and wax from the bees, which is perfect. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up. We've done the ore proc extension where minecarts are still running. I freaking love it. They don't do anything. They're really just there for show. We're gonna have to work with UI off stream maybe more on the new storage building space that we're gonna do around here. It is gonna connect up to the ore proc somehow, just visually. So we're gonna have the same thing here, probably minecarts, just to sort of show that it's connected. And then yeah, we worked on the new bee space. This was done before the stream, but it's getting there. We're getting there. I think well, I have some leftover stuff here, but I guess we could clean it up real quick. I'm never gonna clean it up if I don't do it now. Okay. Yeah, I'm really glad we came up with this. I know it's simple, I know it's nothing crazy, but this circle that was basically cut in 4 and just put around this, I really like this. It allows us to put even a bit more space that we could do later on, or just keep it flat and it's just like literally just an accent, or I don't know, a feature of the building now. I like it. So yeah, I'm glad with the progress we've made today. So I think we're gonna see if anyone's around to raid. I saw 3J. I saw Notable Gunner, which is a new streamer I literally discovered today. I think I was watching 9 and then I got into a raid to Quest Wizard and then to Notable Gunner. So, you know, they're a small GTNH streamer. I don't know if they're starting up or whatever, but I think we're gonna raid them. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done over here. We've done everything I wanted to do today. A bunch of building. And I need to sleep now. So yeah. Okay, let me do this. So yeah, we're gonna raid Notable Gunner. Never really watched her stream, but I might stay a bit and just lurk for a bit. Then I'll go sleep. So good night, everyone. And if you're not in the Discord, make sure you join in. There's gonna be some crazy stuff from Stardust in there, right? Stardust. Some base building shenanigans, and yeah, let's just have some fun over there. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you guys on Thursday, I believe, right? Yeah, Thursday's the 1st, but I think we're still gonna have a stream. So see you there, and see you on Discord, and make sure you join in the raid. Let's see if the bot is broken too, because nope, bot is working, so that is amazing. So see you all